Everybody, I decided to go ahead and get roses before I was really ready, so I thought I'd show you how easy it is to forage even in an extraordinarily urban environment. Let's flip the camera around. As you see here, we have a bunch of evergreens. I believe that those are going to be spruces, but don't quote me on that. They could be firs as well. I don't believe they're pines. Almost all evergreen tips and the inner cambium of the bark is available. Of course, this is on private property, so you wouldn't want to go in there unless it was an extraordinarily rare event. Down here, we have one of my favorite plants, actually. This is bindweed, and it's not an edible, but it is a medicinal. It is highly invasive. You don't ever want to try to plant it. It has a beautiful smell. We're going to continue on. There are probably some other little edibles that I pass. 98% of grasses are edible. You see most of this out here is junk. Looks like perhaps some milkweed gone to seed, probably last year. And then we come on to some thistles. Can't tell if this is a European or a Russian thistle. It's a little bit lighter in color. It is on the shadier side of the building. That's definitely going to have collectible properties for you. And my real goal is over there, across the way. I believe it's a 5-petal rose bush. And as you can see, it's just out here in no man's land. Nobody's going to care if I forage from it. Let's go ahead and flip that camera around. Not a whole lot of interest to see. I am just parked literally right over there, maybe a quarter of a mile, teeny bit more. And I noticed this bush the other day, and I saw one as well that was over here. That's why I decided to stop, because it was where I could park right next to it. But it wasn't a 5-petal rose bush. So while I gathered one, it's been hybridized, and it did look like it had put off rose hips, which is great. But I'm more interested in the indigenous or native, the 5-petal rose bushes. So we're almost to our goal, and we have a light to cross there. Make sure, even with that light in Utah, the drivers are a little bit wild. Goes along with our video, foraging in the wild of the suburbans and truly almost completely urban area. Now we're gonna flip our camera around. And I was right. These are actually the 5-petal roses. Look how gorgeous that is. And I hope I'm getting a good shot. I have my sunglasses on. It's so bright out here. And so this isn't the ideal time to gather roses. That's why I was going to wait, but I just can't help myself. So let's find a good branch. And I'm going to come right up in here. As you see, I don't have my shears or anything. So I want to get right up there on a small branch that I can cleanly as possible sever from this branch. And then there I have this beautiful rose branch that I'm going to take home and see if it'll do anything at this incorrect time of the year. Sometimes you can get them to go. I will walk you through the stages of that after I get home. Thank you, everybody.